Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Black Myth Wukong Let's Play. So we're back here near the stone creatures that we dealt with in our previous episode. And we're going to do a few more things here before we're going to head back to the beginning of this stage. Because essentially, after leaving the village of the sand, we had the option of approaching the stone vanguard first or the tiger vanguard. And we sort of came down to the path. Ooh. He's gonna jump down. I'm gonna wait for him. We obviously went down the path of the stone vanguard, but I want to do the tiger vanguard first. So we are gonna head back that way. And there's a few matters that we need to resolve from our previous episode. And that is the deal with the former soil deity, who's now the man trapped in the rock. Ooh, I was hoping to get behind him there. Out of stamina, gotta wait a little bit. And essentially, after we beat him, we first killed the rock mother for him, and then he woke up, stating that he tricked us. And then after we beat him, he said he would give us something good after a while. And all you have to do is go back to the shrine, any shrine. And after that, once you rest and reset the stage, he's ready to gift you, well, not gift you, but sell you some good stuff for Will. We gotta clear those range bone spirits at the top and not get killed by him before we can jump down to the man trapped in the rock down below. If we had more stamina, maybe we can hold that a little bit longer and just kill them like that, while protecting us from the projectiles of the others. I don't think we can just jump down to the lowest level. Let's do this. Ow, almost died. Alright, and he now has a shop. Come. It's a dead shop, but it's owned by a person who's alive. And there's a few things we can buy here, all of which are useful, and all of which are very expensive. So, 铁中血, the blood iron ingots, we can use this to upgrade some of our spirit moves, the one-hit moves from various enemies that we have picked up so far. 金稳兽, the golden stability beast. It's used as decorative pieces on rooftop to symbolize stability for the building. It's particularly heavy, and it doesn't say what it does, but it is quite expensive. 铁蛋, we have some metal, I guess, eggs, or actually not eggs. That would be like almost like slingshot bullets, circular ingots. And essentially, if we put this in our alcohol, once we drink, we protect ourselves from basically getting knocked out of our combos and get some damage reduction, which I guess is super useful. We have a decorative piece that slightly increase how much will we get after we kill an enemy. So increase basically our income from farming mobs. And I think I saw somewhere that you get 10% more, which is not a lot, considering you're getting, you know, maybe it's less than 100 will for most of the lower tier mobs. So if you think about it, it's like 10 extra will per regular mob, and you're paying 12,800 for it. It's more about, you know, whether you want to own this or not. This is a hairpin. You tie your hair with this. It's decorative at the end. And this is the sobering rock. This is what we need to help the pig zodiac deity to sober up. And this is what we're going to buy first. With our... He says it's a bad deal for him and we got a great deal. Somehow I don't think so. I think his entire shop are filled with bad deals for us. But because some of the rarity, this is the only place like we can get these. I think we are going to eventually splurge and pick up these items. Just if you feel like you don't have enough will and you don't want to get them now, definitely wait. I think this is the one that's actually pretty good. And he says the same thing. He thinks it's a bad deal for... I am also curious about one last thing. If I buy this, the next time we maybe rest up at a shrine and reset, does that come back? Because if we can purchase that, you know, kind of every time, Shi Shuang's not going to move anymore. This monster is gone. If we can get that every time, it's a good place to pick up materials needed for our spirit level up. We're going to go back to the shrine. We're going to teleport back to the earlier parts of the stage. And we're going to find our way to fight the first prince. Oh, but before we do that, we should probably deliver the sobering rock to the pig zodiac and see what he gives us. I guess if we're doing that, we don't have to heal up just yet. And let's see if we can find him again. I think he's in the open space up ahead. His buddy's coming. I don't have stamina, I can't do this. Yep, that's a bad decision. Alright, stamina's back. Alright, we got a double. I think in this space here? No, that's one of the rock creatures, or one of the fights that we've been avoiding. I'm not sure if that's actually the rock creature fight, but we're going to keep avoiding it for now. I think it's over here. Yep, right in front. Like I said, you can find a sobering stone if you don't want to pay for it. It's going to be in a jar somewhere. We haven't been there. But I believe if you do buy it, you get something else when you get to the jar. He is sober now. He's thanking us for sobering him up. Stomach is empty, he's hungry. And he's going to leave. So he doesn't want to give us anything yet. We have to feed him as well. He has some long claws. He's got to fill his stomach first. And he knows that the temple for the tiger is where you can find meat. So he's going to go there. And that's a hint to where we're going to find him next. After I'm filled up, I can do things. You know, with an empty stomach, can't do anything. You look so skinny. You should eat more. Come, come, come. Follow me to the tiger temple. And that's actually where we're trying to go. Because, like I said, we came down this path, which is the path to the rock vanguard first. Or the stone vanguard. And I want to fight the tiger vanguard first. So we're going to go back and retrace our steps. and go the other way. There's no correct order to this. You can definitely fight the Stone Vanguard first. This is just preference. Is that gonna jump at me? No? Wait. It is gonna wake up. How did it not pop when I walked by it earlier? Maybe we weren't close enough. Alright, we're gonna take a heal. And looks like we can do something with our... Oh, yeah, we bought the new alcohol ingredient. Do we want to reduce damage taken for a little bit? And we won't... Oh, no. This is not... We protect ourselves from getting broken on combos. Is that when we drink, we will not get interrupted during the heal. So it protects us during the heal to finish the animation. I think we still take damage. We take reduced damage during that time when we do drink. So we can't get caught off guard in a sense. I still think these ram bones are going to be better for us. Qingshan, if I'm correct, should be the mountain range. There might be a lot of mountains named Qingshan, right? It just means Azure Mountain. Maybe there's, plenty of greenery on the mountain, and that's why it's called this. But I think the one that's coming to my head is the one next to Wei, which would be like far northwest in China. And it's also where the Qiang people live, and the Qiang people, classically is related to sheep, lambs, and rams. And that's why we have the head here. Increasing our max health cap, I think, is useful, given that our current alcohol of choice heals off of our max cap, especially the second slow heal. So basically we drink the first 20%, increase our max, and then the second 25% becomes more than 25% because we temporarily increase our max. So far we haven't had a single crafting formula added, but we also haven't fought any of the big bosses in this stage either. The big head is not going to get upgraded anymore, I think, at this point. It's pretty much maxed out until we get that new resource. I don't think we have so much wills to do the others. Now, the frog one's quite interesting because there's a hidden upgrade for the frog. So you can see by the color underneath each creature, the bar kind of reflects rarity, right? The blue tier is kind of your good quality. Your purple tier is your special quality. There is one particular gold tier or red tier quality, legendary quality of sorts. And it's the upgraded version of the frog. But as you can see, each upgrade requires a material drop only by the frog. And there's a particular frog in every stage. We killed 2 so far, so eventually we'll get all of them. And we'll upgrade this to the final legendary tier. But right now, I think we're going to stick with the big head. I'm also going to craft one of these, not because I want to use them, but I think there's an achievement that has to do with crafting. Let's make this just because we don't have it, and also we have a lot of materials for this. There we go, achievement unlocked. Anything else we can do before we leave? Sell some for money. I think we're good. I do want to see if we can upgrade our gourd, but we have to go back to the first stage to do that. Oh, wrong button. I want to teleport. It's not going to change anything. We want to go back to the second teleport from the village, and then we want to kind of turn left or turn north, depending on how you want to see the map. We basically went right and went down to where the rock area was. I believe that's the door we're trying to open. We need a passcode or 2 passcode or 2 pieces of the puzzle to open this. The 2-headed monk statue here. And The Rock Vanguard and Tiger Vanguard each have a piece. Now I'm trying to figure out how did I go and how should I go here? I think I want to go this way and see if I can push towards that direction. Or maybe here. We got a range and we got a melee. Let's kill the melee first. And then the range is up there. Ooh. I think we're on the right path. This looks like a door. Can't open from this side. Interesting. I think we are at the right place. I think we are where we have to fight the first Prince of the Sand. And this jar here, is it me or is it glowing? And also, how do I get inside? Okay, I see a bone spirit. Another bone spirit. This big opening feels like where we're gonna fight someone. I can't connect. Let's see if we can find our way back up. Ooh, do we just slide in there? This doesn't feel like just some random room. I see something right there. We're not done with the area outside yet. We're gonna do that first. Can't cross over this way. This is where we're gonna fight him. And this wall right here, the wall with all the statues, that's a breakable wall with a secret area behind. Now I think there's an interaction with the piece of meat that we picked up from killing the King of the Sand and his second son. I think we can just drop it right here by the ridge. Right here. It says use. And we toss in the meat. Now his first son is very strong and was successful in battle against the giant bug earlier in the past. But he has sort of lost his mind and doesn't recognize even his relatives. Yeah, definitely much bigger than his younger brother. Does he smell dad on us? Ooh. Forward shake. Let's get close. Build up some... Ooh, he tail swipes. Maybe a heal. That's a double swipe right there. Alright, so I think if we want to use him to open up the wall, we want to stand over here and just basically let him charge us. Ow, ow. Hopefully he doesn't actually hit us, but he hit the wall. I think it might have broke the wall. If not, we can do it with our staff a bit later. Alright, let's drink up here. He's very clumsy. Alright, we need some stamina back. I think he crashed into the wall again. And that is all. We got a piece of a mask from him. Maybe a piece of the face. Wait, did he drop what we need to open the door? Right? That looks like a fragment that we might put on the face on the door. I thought we needed from the Tiger Vanguard and the Rock Vanguard. Or maybe this is for something else, but another mission item. And another elite. The first prince, or the first son of the sand. After the yellow fur sable, ferret, rat, whatever you want to think about the animal look, essentially the boss of this area in the past, took care of the disaster relating to the giant insect that carried the stone Buddha head. The king respected him immensely and made him sort of their... this is, I guess, what would be the equivalent here? Archbishop of the country? So like kind of semi-religious, but also semi-political as well. Guoshi for their kingdom. And no matter, matters big or small, policies regarding court, or even policy regarding just how people live, he would frequently ask the advice of this sable creature that has helped them, get through the insect disaster and follow his every word. And according to suggestions from, let's call this Archbishop, this is why he issued the Respect the Rat Edict. So he influenced him. And this is why the rat creatures nearby moved into town, which we kind of read earlier in others' codex. And because of the first prince, the one we just fought, did well in the army, as he led the troops against the insect creature, he got the promotion to general, which we also read about before. But he's kind of mad because this monster, and at this point, everyone in the kingdom is still human, but the sable creature that came and helped them, the yellow wind sage eventually, took all the glory. So he's quite unhappy about this. The third prince, the youngest, who eventually left, is also unhappy that a monster is now influencing the politics. So the two of them, the first prince and the third, joined forces to basically become a counterbalancing force in the court and causes trouble against the archbishop. But no matter what they tried, they cannot shake their father's belief in the archbishop. And this is why the third son, the youngest, eventually decided to leave the kingdom. And this is before they all turned into rats. And then one day, during the birthday of this sable creature, the archbishop, people across the kingdom started to pray to sculptures after him. So I guess some of the Buddhist statues we see with the rat face, or like the fairy-looking face, that's the face of the yellow wind sage. And even the king himself went to Huguosi. So they built a temple called the Temple that guards the kingdom in his honor. So basically, archbishop, religious figure, needs his own kingdom. And the king even burned incense in celebration. And this made the oldest son even madder as he flipped the incense table, the table used to hold all the incense. So he's acting up in this grand ceremony. The king becomes enraged and imprisons the eldest prince. The archbishop is not angry, but instead spoke out in favor of the eldest son, the general, and tried to plead for mercy with the king. And this made the eldest prince feel like the archbishop is super vile and super evil, to act like this, essentially being two-faced about things, acting like the nice guy when he's the reason why everything is going bad. So he's still in prison, and he's cursing out every single day, basically mumbling to himself, cursing out at the archbishop. And after the king heard about this, he feels like his son is rude and uncivilized, unmannered, and needs farther, lessons or teachings to be a proper prince. So he orders that no one can go and see him, and every day only the 3 meals are delivered to the front of his prison cell, but no one can basically contact him. So basically put him in isolation, and no one knows for how long, but one day the food delivery stopped, and the prince, is shocked. I guess he feels like maybe he's going to get starved to death, but instead he hears the lock clink, and the door of the prison opened. He waited a bit, but no one came in, so he walked out himself. But he could not imagine that outside the prison, once he walked out himself, all the guards that walked around, all the officials that walked around, no one looks like a human anymore, and they all look like rats wearing robes. And at this point, the crown prince believes that the archbishop must have led these rat monsters and usurped the crown. So, fearful of this change, he charged ahead and rushed to his father's palace. And then he sees Okay, so once he's at the palace, he sees this short, stubby mouse or rat sitting there with the voice of his father. And he calls to him. So basically he sees the king, right? But the king is not that little rat which we fought, the tiny one compared to him and his second brother. And the sound that's coming out of him sounds like his dad, but he's convinced this must be a fake. This must be an illusion casted by the archbishop, who is a rat. So he goes and grabs a sword from the guard and swings the blade at the king, thinking that is some sort of illusion casted by, the archbishop. But just as he swung the sword gets blocked by another rat creature nearby holding these giant maces. So I guess this would be his younger brother, the second prince, who always stays with his dad. And the two of them fight together. And, in the court, it's a mess. During the fight, the oldest prince got a chance to peek at the bronze mirrors that was in the palace. And he can see in the mirror there is no, general of, the fierce martial ways, whatever his title was. And all he sees is a giant and fat, big and strong rat. So he realized he has changed to a rat as well. And I guess this is when he kind of lost his mind, and that's why he lives in isolation now. Because he was not kind of out there during the transformation. He didn't get to see anyone, didn't get to talk to anyone. And all of a sudden, the thought that everyone has turned into a rat is just a little too much for him to handle at that point. And that he's basically gone mad at that point. I feel like we might have a lot of points where we didn't spend. 5 points. Definitely have a lot of points that we didn't spend. We do have a new transformation. I actually kind of want to change it, even though our current transformation is great and all. But we have to go back to a shrine to change it to Lele. Cute name. You can see it's basically the character for stone, but you write it 3 times, and the character becomes the word meaning to stack. Chinese characters are quite the pictogram. So, as you can see on the hexagon tile in the middle, that character right there means stone. And then on the right, above the banner, the name of this character that we're transforming to is Lele. It's 2 characters, but each character is made up of 3 stones and stacked with 1 on top and 2 on the bottom. And this new character means to stack. And just like the character for wood, for example, 1 wood means wood, 2 wood means a forest, and then you can also have 3 wood, which is a bigger forest. And then if you write the character for the 2 wood with the 3 wood, it's the current term, the phrase for forest. So basically you have like 5 wood in a row. The meaning's quite intuitive. Now, did we get a hole here? We did not. So let's create this hole ourselves. There's a couple ways to do it. You can do the charge staff, you can do the big head. Our big head's still on cooldown, so we're just gonna... that didn't work. Wrong spot? I think it's right here, though. I can almost... do we have to wait for the big head to recharge? We're gonna keep trying. I mean, if I didn't know any better, this looks incredibly foolish trying to bash into this wall. But I think this is it. I think this is the wall that we have to open up. Maybe we just have to go back to a shrine and then reset the big head for this. I'm gonna try this combo heavy. No, but it's not going to be better than this. We're out of stamina. Okay. I'm going to go and reset our spirit ability and see if I can open it. But that does require us finding our way back. Now that bothers me, because this jar also feels like we can get in there. And we can. Ooh, centipedes. Are we gonna bump into the 100-eye demon? He does not appear. Oh, Sandongchong, special ingredient. I guess this is going to be used for some sort of dun crafting. Oh, for alcohol upgrade. Right, we had one from earlier. I was hesitant to upgrade the starting gourd that we have, but I think we should, because that gourd, if you upgrade it to the max, it can become quite a good gourd. Alright, we're gonna have to go reset the cooldown on the big head. I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, there it is. I see the shrine. Oh, the enemies respawn, right. I mean, if we really want to, we can just run. So right now we only have one goal. Find the hidden room. Alright, we're gonna try Big Head right here. That worked. Why? Oh, someone's following me. Someone wants to fight me? Yeah, there he is. Man, he chased a long way. Secret chamber. No enemies here, just a chest waiting for us and an Easter egg. See the back of, there's way more Buddha statues on this side than the outside was showing. And the Easter egg is the drawing, which we'll take a look at after we pick this up. The mortals all think the gods and deities are the best and can't forget about chasing after fame and fortune. The greed of mortals. Where are the famous generals and, you know, prime ministers of the past? Nothing but, you know, a mound of dirt with wild grass growing on top. Basically, after you die, you get nothing. So, this is a scene about Wukong, which is this monkey right here. Not us, not the destined one, but the original Wukong, and his first master, Puti Zushi. So, Puti Zushi is sort of a fictional creation for the Journey to the West novel. He combines the powers of sort of the most powerful Taoists and powerful Buddhists all in one, because Puti is the Chinese term for booty, booty, Bodhi. It's a type of tree. It's the tree that Buddha reached enlightenment under, and terms like Pusa, which we've mentioned many, many times, is a shortened form of Puti. Pu in Pusa comes from the term Puti. And he's a very powerful being, and he becomes Wukong's first master. Now, another Easter egg here is that you can see that's a floating Chinese calligraphy brush. So the drawing was complete magically, and the brush remained on the last stroke. And there are a lot of theories on this, like the if you draw a clock face and around Wukong's head, and where the calligraphy brush stops, it's around your 2 a.m., 3 a.m. time. And the Easter egg for that is this is the moment, 7 years into Wukong's study under this master, that the master asked him what he would like to learn. And in the assembly with his fellow disciples, most of them are, well, actually all of them are his senior disciples. You can see there are some Buddhist disciples with the bald monk and some Taoist disciples in the other dress. And that symbolizes the fact that Puti is a mix of both. And that's why he's super fictional, because there's no actual characters that's a mix of both. And Wukong's in the very front, and Wukong is basically asking for powerful skills to learn so that he can become immortal, and not only immortal, but indestructible body. And everyone thinks that Wukong is being a little bit too greedy and too demanding of the master. And in public, in the class, the master brings out that ruler, which is what you used to spank Chinese students. I guess, they had this, even recently, but you basically hold out your palm and your teacher strikes you. Obviously, beating kids is no longer acceptable, but this was quite common in olden days. And he brings that out. Instead of striking Wukong on the palm, he hits his head 3 times and then puts his hand and the stick behind him. So basically put the hand behind his back and then walks out from the side door. So all the students think Wukong got punished, but Wukong thinks that this is a riddle left by the master to say that if you want to learn some truly powerful skills, come, quietly at the 3rd set of hours at night, because he got struck 3 times, and come in from the back door. So that night, Wukong, in the middle of the night, sneak into his master's bedchambers. And first he finds his master still sleeping, but in reality the master was waiting for him because that was the code. And after seeing that Wukong would stay for a while, he wakes up and teaches him the true skills, the transformation, the 72 transformation, the ability to ride the cloud. Those are all skills taught by him. So basically all of Wukong's skills are taught by this master. And after he learns everything, there was once that the master finds Wukong showing off the transformation to his fellow disciples, and the master gets a little bit mad at him, but in reality, their time is just basically up in terms of their fate and destiny, and he's asking Wukong that it's time you can go back to where you came from, and also never say to anyone that I was your master, and if I find out you do, I'll come and punish you myself. Basically doesn't want to draw a connection with Wukong, not in a mean sense, but basically Wukong is sort of the spirit of freedom, and also Wukong is destined to do a lot more things, so this connection was basically severed. And there were times when he came back to try to find his master, seeking for help, and the master simply kind of refused to see him, but secretly in the background the master still helped him. And even in the game, and when we're in the first stage, when we saw in the end, talking to the soil deity's article in the codex, the soil deity knows the freeze spell and this thing right here, because this Taoist looking, I guess, visitor came by to teach the soil deity these two spells. These are not spells that the soil deity actually knows, and told the soil deity that in a while, trouble is going to come to the Black Wind Mountains, and someone that's destined will show up. Please teach these two moves to him. So basically, he's trying to help us revive his former student Wukong by teaching us spells that he had taught Wukong previously. The fact that we know it's him, I know when I read the codex, it says, the bamboo slivered leaves, or bamboo shaped leaves, and I thought that means they're just basically bamboo leaves, but that's not actually the case. So at the very end here, when he leaves, from the heavens came down a leaf, very flagrant, and the tip of the leaf is very narrow and long. So I took that to mean it was a bamboo leaf, but in reality, it's a Booty leaf, the Puti, right? His name. It's fat on one side and very thin out on the other side. And that's basically a testament to that it was him who came and helped us out. And we get to see him here as sort of an Easter egg. Now, what did we just get from that chest? That's probably the more important question. It's another mission item. It's called the Flying Dragon Scale. It's a scale from an ancient dragon, and it says it's calling out to its former master. With this, we can go back to stage 1. Behind the waterfall, it will call to its former master, and we get to fight a dragon. And I think we'll do that now, because why wait? This is quite well hidden, and I guess for good reasons, because the dragon fights are considered a pretty optional and secretive, I guess, thing you can do. Oh, we're still getting attacked by range that you can do in the game. So they hid this away quite well. Why is this kind of glowing? Oh, it's just the flicker of the light off the metal. Still want to open this later on. I don't think we can still open this now. We just got to get behind this in the future. Oh, we didn't fight the range guy here. Let me kill him. And we're gonna teleport ourselves back to stage 1 and see if I can find that waterfall. I don't think it's the first teleport point. I think it's the second one. I think it's outside the forest where we, fought the big blue right, but we turned left, if I remember correctly. And we can kind of redo our build real quick. Not the skill points, but I think the armor piece, we might want to change it out. I'm not sure if we're fighting in water. Given that we're walking behind a waterfall, we might be fighting in water. So I'm kind of tempted to change our armor set and staff to the one that performs better in water. Might be a mistake. This one has, you know, good crit chance. We switch to this, we lose 10 damage, we lose the crit chance. We get increased damage for the final hit of our combo. Just the final hit of our light combo. It's not even the light heavy combo. So I don't think that's going to be worth it. But what about armor pieces? Oh, right. The armor system. That was bugged out, right? We didn't have the options right away. And this mask was like gone for a while. We're going down from 16, 3 points of fire resistance. We can drink when running. If the enemy health is low, we get increased damage. Oh, that's not the button. We lose 2 defense. Oh, this is way too much. If we're in water, we can slowly heal up a little bit. I don't think it's worth it to lose like half of our defense here. This one's fine if we're thinking that we can use the freeze to do extra damage. Because I don't think we need the fire resistance on this. And I don't like the clone body. I think the freeze is better. So let's get the 4-set freeze. We drop about 8 points of defense in total. Right, 2 points on each of the pieces. 6 because we're wearing the mask. There's no mask piece for the bear set. Do I need more stamina? I mean, it's been helpful, but I don't think it's that good. Let's go back to crit. Crit and defense. I mean, we are fighting a dragon. I don't think we're changing spells. Oh, transformation. Sure, let's try the rock. There's a forward dash we can use, and then the other is just 3 hits to the ground. We're immune to all elements when we are in the rock form, and I'm assuming we have more defense. Yeah, this we're just gonna stick with this. Do you guys sell anything new here? Nope. Alright, let's go fight a dragon. We're back. I think we want to go left. And then another left, and that's the waterfall. Oh. If it wasn't for fate, there's, it's like a riddle, but Chiran, that is the dragon we're fighting. This is also a riddle to help you beat him. So it's saying that the dragon's name is the Redbeard, and it's part of the Sidu Shenlong. Sidu is a reference to 4 rivers in China, and the rivers are the Yellow River, Huanghe, Ji River, the Yangtze River, or Changjiang, and the Huai River. And these 4 rivers in ancient time, were special in Chinese culture because they all flowed east into the sea. They're the 4 major rivers that enters the ocean to the east of China. So they had... Wait, I was going to slam forward. Whatever we auto-targeted, that was weird. So they had a special place in Chinese mythology at the time, and they assigned... In traditional mythology, only one dragon. It's a dragon prince. It's the son of one of the 4 sea dragons who became a deity for these 4 rivers. Now, later on, these 4 rivers don't all exist today. Ji River is no longer there. That's because the path of the Yellow River shifted over time because it's a sedimentary river. So every year when you have a flood and then you have you know high points and low points of the river, the course change because the ground around it is about the same sea level. It's not super complicated. There's a lot of river systems like this. You know, when you have like now Delta, Mississippi River in the U.S., the courses change over time, and it shifted south so much it swallowed up the path of the original Ji River. So the Yellow River and the Ji River are the same river today, and we just call it the Yellow River. And in the game, it takes that idea of these 4 rivers and the dragon guarding it, and they assign 4 different dragons for us to fight. And this is one of the first ones. And the little riddle at the end tells us that on its back are instruments that we can beat. So essentially the tactic to fight this dragon is to hit whatever's on its back, and if we can do that, we have an easier time of beating it. And we shatter the waterfall. So these are not all just, random flavor text riddles. Oftentimes they contain hints for you to help you defeat them. Seems like he's a wood element, which is related to lightning in Chinese mythology. At least from the poem, that's what it seems like. And we're just gonna squeeze through to another area. Just like before, probably gonna have to load here. It's a secret little area, much like the chamber that we were just in. And the wood that the poem was talking about. And the lightning. Hello, Redbeard. You see those things on his back? That's what they want us to beat. I assume... Oh, he just swiped us. Ooh, he has some blades on his tail. And he still swiped us with that. Okay, the tail's gonna hurt, it seems. Accidentally hit that twice, but that's fine. He does lightning element damage. I guess when we're about to get fully electrocuted, we will do this to cancel that out and be immune from it. Let's see, our charge is forward dash. Yep. And then we can bash the ground. Oh, we're slow. Oh, when he's knocked down, we should actually walk to the back and hit those on the back. I guess we're kind of hitting it. Not really. Oh, this might be it for us. Oh, we transformed back, immediately got killed. Couldn't really do much there. But the idea is we knock him down and hit those things on his back. I guess this is our revive point. Alright, cool looking place to die many, many times. We have to somehow knock him down so that we can approach the back. I think that's it. Should we do a charge? Nope, just hit it. Can we freeze him for longer here? Oh, that is cheating. Well, that's what killed us last time. Also just AoE'd us. Does that mean he's gonna do another lightning thingy? No? Ow. Get down. Ow. Oh, he's down. Get behind. Actually, stay here. I think I should back up because I think he's gonna do that lightning thingy again. Although he's staying down quite long. I was out of stamina. I was a little worried. Alright, maybe this is suicide, but we're gonna do another whack. He is down for a long time here. And I'm still out of stamina. But we're just gonna whack at him. A little bit of stamina back so I can do a heavy combo. Did he get stun locked, or is this like he's bugged out? Either way, we're gonna whack him to death here. Alright, I'm gonna get a different angle on this. I think our guy bugged out. Oh, we popped them. I guess he's waiting until we pop them. How nice of you. Oh, we know we missed that. That's not good. You know what? He's about to die. Might as well use this. Oh no, 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 we're charging, and we're charging forward to nothing because he moved. Oh man, we're slow. No, no, no. We have to like turn to him first and then hit that charge. Definitely not practice with this thing. And yeah, that was a waste. But we got this. Okay, I think when he's down, we have to pop it for him to, He doesn't get up until we pop the blue light. Oh no, he does. I wonder how we got him down for so long then. My other concern during that fight was there are some bosses where if you trigger sort of the combat conditions, you get different drops. Because I know there's a monster later on where you're supposed to go behind him to break his arms, and if you break all 4 of his arms, you get an item that you wouldn't get if you didn't do it. So I was kind of concerned, what if we need to kill all the bells first? We got a Dragon Pearl, or Dragon Ball. Literally, this is what Dragon Ball is. And we also got his tail as a material for what? We also got Boshan Lu, the incense burner. After we drink everything in our gourd, we get damage reduction. Oh, we got another branching path here. Using his tail to craft a new staff. Panlong, so the coiling dragon. This is specialized for Li Gun, the one where you stand on your staff. That stance increases basically all the damage done by Li Gun. It's still missing a crafting item. I think we might need another dragon to build this, as well as a higher tier metallic ingredient, which I think we can easily get, and 21,000. Well, yep, that's the weapon crafting material. It seems like we just keep these and then we can swap between the weapon types. We don't know what this Dragon Ball is used for yet, but we'll find out in the future. It seems to be specialized for weapons, so maybe another different weapon crafting formula. And he is the boss that we were missing from Chapter 1 before, because we can't fight him until we get the scale from Stage 2. So the Red Beard Dragon. So there was some sort of investigation case with the river dragons. Many of the dragon's sons feels like their future is uncertain after the path west. So basically after the completion of the journey, I mean the horse that Tang Song was riding on was one of the dragon's sons. So I guess they are part of potentially getting rewarded for that. They were one of the obstacles on the way in the journey. So I guess that would be kind of how this relates to the original journey to the west. And the rest of the princes, their rewards or punishment still undecided, and this made them quite anxious. So they went to Yuanshou Cheng Chu. So basically Yuanshou Cheng is a character, and they're asking him to cast the fortune for them. And the fortune they got is Qianlong Wu Yong, which is comes from I Ching. It basically tells the dragon to stay low. And because they got this fortune teller, or this fortune from the fortune teller, they feel like they're probably going to get punished, right? If it's telling them to stay low, it's probably not good news. And thus it became, one of their, thorn in their heart, essentially what's on their mind all the time. In particular, the four dragons were most worried. They were in charge of the four Sidu, or the four rivers. We kind of already explained that. And because they're familiar with the mortals around these rivers, they're basically familiar with how the Celestial Court works. So they purposely, voluntarily asked to resign in hopes that it will spare their lives. But little did they know, well, not little did they know, but they never expected the Celestial Court, not Imperial Court, the Celestial Court rejected their resignation, essentially. Many years have passed, and on this day, Yuan Shoucheng, the fortune teller they went to, I still don't know who he is, but he seeked out the four dragons and asked and told them the fortunes have changed. Now it's not just lay low, it's Qianlong Zai Yuan, right? Before it was Qianlong Wu Yong, it's basically lay low and don't do anything. Now it changes to Qianlong Zai Yuan, which means lay low, but you're now in the valley. So it's like you're kind of laying low in a location. Yes, it's still laying low, but it feels like there's opportunity to rise. Before it's just like lay low, don't do anything. Now it's like you kind of have an area which you can move. So after they heard this, they all left their respective, water estate where they managed the river, and they went to go seek their fortunes elsewhere. So they're taking active steps. The Red Beard Dragon was quite alert, and he learned that the Black Bear monster lusted over wealth and had the protection of the South Sea, basically because he was a disciple of Guan Yin, and he's been sent back here by Guan Yin to do some sort of secret mission that we haven't learned yet. So he gave up all his treasures to trade with the black bear monster for a lair. So this area that he's in behind the waterfall was traded by him. He basically took his own wealth to buy this piece of land to lay low, right, based on the fortune. And then he's been sleeping in this area ever since for many, many years. Then one day he wakes up and wants to soar into the sky to stretch out his body, but finds himself unable to even climb the clouds. And he remembered an old lecture or old scripture that for a dragon to rise to the heavens, you have to first climb up basically a certain length of wood. And this is why so he's using his electric tail, and he cut himself an area of wood, and he's kind of practicing that giant tree we see. He's trying to practice how to soar back into the sky, which is not a power I think that he had, right? These are river dragons to begin with. And in mythology, most of these dragons, at least in Journey to the West version of the mythology, are basically water element dragons. They either guard one of the seas, the four seas, the North Sea, South Sea, East Sea, West Sea of the land, or they're guarding a river. They're not the ones who like fly around the sky. So he's trying to learn how to fly, and he's trying to follow the steps of, practicing with wood first. And that's why he has that giant tree that he created using his tail. But no matter how hard he practiced, it does not seem to help. Not willing to give up, he asked the black bear monster for help, but the black bear monster doesn't know how to fly himself, not one of his talents. But seems like a business, right, to the black bear. He can maybe get some more wealth. So he doesn't decline. And he takes out the Boshan Lu, right, the incense burner that we just received, which we talked about earlier during one of the meditation scenes, what it does. It's a actual artifact. They found this in one of the graves, I think during the Western Han, might be Zhou Dynasty actually, but it's sitting in a museum somewhere right now in China. But takes out this incense burner and gifted it to the Redbeard, and told him that the incense smoke that's rising from this incense burner can help you fly, because dragons, he's quoting from an ancient text, dragons who does not have cloud cannot travel, right? So he's saying the incense smoke is the cloud that can help him fly. This is totally fictional. He's making this up, thinking that he can earn a favor from the dragon or earn something good. But the dragon believes it. So he welds it. He welds these incense burners onto his back. So that's where we're hitting. Those things on his back are incense burners that he's trying to add like an engine to a plane, essentially. He thinks that smoke's going to help him fly. And he uses the will, right, the thing we get for killing monsters, their spirit, as fuel to kind of create smoke off his back. And he thought, one incense burner is not enough, so let's add more. And every time he tries to start the fire, start the incense, it costs so much will, but it helps very, very little. He still can't fly. And he's still trying to figure out why. And during this time, all he can do is be trapped in this lair that he has created for himself. And then we got a little lesson at the end. The world is filled with, such things that does not go our way. Clearly, it was supposed to be a skill that he's supposed to know. So dragons, with cloud, they do supposed to fly. I guess that's what they mean. But somehow, because it's been so long since he last flew, he forgot about it. Just like all the knowledge in the world, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Alrighty. And that was our fight here. I think this is the only loot. And we can get ourselves out of here. Quite the space he created for himself. That is not the way? Oh, that is the way. It's the first of, I believe, 4 dragons we fight, and as you can tell by the new staff, we can upgrade the new path that we unlocked. We're going to have to fight at least 1 more dragon to get the full recipe for it. And there is a dragon to fight in the 2nd stage. It doesn't have to go through this much trouble to fight that one. Let's go back to our shrine, pick up our save. I think this area we're decently familiar with. Assuming the invisible wall doesn't stop us. Yep, they all respawn actually. These are the first 2. And our shrine is right there. Alright, nothing new here. We're going to teleport back and continue our journey in Stage 2 next time. I think it's finally time for the Tiger Vanguard fight. That might take a while, but so far the fight's been going decently well. I don't think we died too many times. I think the Snake Scholar was our toughest fight so far. The 2nd phase threw us off a little bit, and also I think our build needed some change. But I think for the most other ones, 2 times, 3 times, kind of max. I think we died to regular mobs a little bit more than that. For some of the bosses, I might want to fight them multiple times. Like, I was a little bit hesitant with the dragon about not killing it. I mean, we did fight it twice, but to test if I have to clear all the incense pot behind it and see what might happen then. But maybe that's not a thing with this one in particular. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!